Today we're going to talk about the ADAMI Media Prize, established in 2015 to support movie directors, journalists, and audio and visual media professionals, highlighting the issues of migration, ethnic and religious minorities, and cultural diversity. The news is the applications for the 2020 prize have been already evaluated, and today you are going to hear the names of the nominees. I'm happy to introduce our guests, ADAMI Media Prize Director Stefan Stolz and ADAMI Media Prize Project Coordinator Nelim Javanadze. Thank you very much. A very interesting competition and a very interesting prize. It would be great to know more details about it. Mr. Stefan, the first question goes to you. Before we actually discuss the competition, the phase it is in, and its success, could you please share a little bit about the history of the competition, what are the purposes it was established for, and what are the long-term strategic objectives that the competition pursues? ADAMI Media Prize is the biggest competition and prize on this topic. This is a project that has the German government behind. The German government provides funding for the project, and the project is also supported by the European Union. We also cooperate with European partners, public broadcasters from European countries. We hold this competition every year, starting with 2015, and annually up to 300 teleprojects participate in the competition. They are submitted by different TV companies. The purpose of this competition is to draw the attention of media to the topics of minorities, ethnic and religious, because this is a relevant issue not only for Georgia but also for other countries where conflicts still exist. But the projects are full of humor, so the projects are not only documentary, news and serious, but we also try to attract TV programs, fiction movies, and some other products that are broadcasted by TV channels. We also try to attract those projects that are posted online and on web platforms. It is also very interesting to discuss the competition of this year. Do you have any information of how many projects have participated and how would you evaluate the quality of these projects? Could you please also share about the categories? You are going to see the nominees soon, nominees in different categories. All these projects are of high quality and dedicated to very relevant topics, which is also very important. We had projects dedicated to the relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We also had very interesting films from Belarus. Some topics that the jury has to discuss are very, very relevant and pressing for the region. And today the jury was quite big, consisting of 39 people from different countries of the world, journalists, diplomats. And this is a very good opportunity to actually offer the products, the projects abroad, and to show what is happening in our 6 countries to countries beyond the region. I have a question to you, Nelly, that actually continues the topic that Mr. Stefan started discussing before. How did you manage to attract so many people to the jury, especially taking into consideration the problems that the world is facing today? It was quite a challenge because usually the jury consists of representatives of public broadcasters from our 6 countries, also representatives from different European TV channels. But this year, because of the regulations, we could not invite the representatives from Eastern Partnership countries to the jury. Yet the jury gathered in Slovenia. Actually, people from Georgia, Armenia and Belarus who work in Slovenia, as well as their Slovenian counterparts participated in the meeting. It is also a challenge to work in two languages, English and Russian, that are our working languages, understood by people in our 6 countries and also by our colleagues in Europe. And that's why we had so many people in the jury. 2 meetings of the jury were carried out face-to-face and 2 more online. Okay, thank you. And now the most important question is the list of nominees that you promised to share. Yes, Stefan is going to name the projects, and I'm going to add some comments. In the category of information and non-fiction, we have the first nominee called Janine by Belarus. This is a story of a repatriance from France to the Soviet Union, a girl who was born in France, who graduated from school there, later found herself in Belarus, not knowing either Belarusian or Russian language, and only 72 years later, when she was already 88, she could get back to France to see her school, where she was very warmly welcomed, and all those moments are very emotional. Now you can see on the screen the name of the second nominee from Moldova, a film produced by TV8. It is called Nikolai Contaminant. This film is dedicated to the Transnistria conflict zone, and the director of the movie himself said that it was not actually easy to do the shootings in the area. The name Contaminant actually means a good singer. Indeed, the person tries to sing a lot to entertain people around, even though they are in the conflict zone. The second category is news and short non-fiction, and the first nominee is from Georgia, ADAMI, that is called Village by the name of Ferma. This is a story of ethnic Azerbaijanis living in the village of Ferma. There are 2,000 people there with only one school with 9 grades. So after grade 9, girls cannot get any further education because they would have to go to a different village to get educated, and they do not have a chance to. The second nominee, also from Georgia, also by Mehdi, is a different movie called Girl Without a Hijab. This is a story of an Iranian woman who lives in Georgia now, though previously she lived in different other countries. She does not wear a hijab, thus protesting against certain traditions. That's why she had to leave her home country. Our second category is entertainment, and the first nominee in this category is from Moldova, from the Gagos TV channel, and this is a film called Mother, Mamu. This is a story of an 88-year blind Gagauz woman and her life in Gagauzia. Her relatives have to leave to find jobs elsewhere, and in her world full of voices, she can hear some voices saying that her daughter-in-law and her son have left. So this is a story about migration. The second nominee is a TV program dedicated to 2 song ensembles, and the first episode is called The Country of Songs. Yes, this is a series of programs called The Country of Songs, reflecting cultural diversity. And this is a story of a very interesting ensemble, Belarusian and Russian one, uniting old women whose average age is about 80, and they travel abroad for the first time, and it's very interesting to listen to them sharing stories about their national cuisine, folklore and music. And our next category is an open one. It is web videos, and here we have 3 nominees. The first one is from Belarus on a somewhat undergroundy topic. It is called Poetry from the Swamp. This is actually a form used by an independent director to share stories about Russia, Holland, etc. And the format is poetry. It is also very interesting. One more nominee is from Georgia by Radio Liberty. It is called Gülgün from Tabalo, and this is a story of ethnic Azerbaijanis living in the region of Marneuli, specifically a story of a 21-year girl who has overcome certain traditional obstacles and now is a master's degree student in Tbilisi, helping others who have similar problems. And our first nominee from Armenia is called Bounded by Memories, produced by Chayhana. Chayhana has presented a story that is symbolic for today, a story about the relationships between the Armenians and the Azeris, about women who used to drink tea and discuss things together, but today they can no longer do so. And one more category, websites, stayed without any nominees this year, but our last category is Young ADAMI, and we did have nominees there. And the first nominee is Safe Zone by Chayhana from Armenia, dedicated to topics similar to the previous one, but about the young people who are born and brought up perceiving each other as enemies, and Georgia is the safe zone where they can meet and discuss their problems. The second nominee is from Georgia, but produced by JIPA. It is called 16-Year-Old Wives. This is a story about early marriages and ethnic problems. This issue has been raised by many these years, and the format of this story is very interesting. It's a whisper sharing tragedies. And our last nominee for today is one from Ukraine that is called A Fairy Tale, and this is a story of two riverbanks shared by three nationalities, Armenians, Romanians and Moldovians, who try to sustain communications with each other. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing these informations, and I wonder when the final award is going to take place. Next week on the television of Moldova, we are going to announce 4 more special projects, and then on December 10 we are going to have the final awards ceremony.